Yo, what's going on, gamers? Your boy, I'm Maverick here, aka the conductor of the Madden 17 hype train. Bringing you guys some Madden 17 news. Let me go ahead and get a beat popping first, though. Can't do this in silence. So, as you guys know, I've had my head down working on my setup for the last week plus, and I'm just picking my head up for some air, and I'm realizing they dropped some Madden 17 news, and I'm catching up on it, and I'm excited. So, of course, I love to share with you the excitement. So I'm bringing this video, and I want to get a conversation, just the back and forth going. I didn't do it as much last year as I would have liked, but years previous, this was something I always did, and I love doing it. This is an exciting time of the year. You know, Madden 16 is kind of getting old. The NBA season's coming to an end. I'm not a baseball fan, so it's like this little void. So any kind of football news, Madden 17 news, the upcoming Madden news, I get excited. And I like to share it. I like to talk back and forth with you guys, see what you guys might pick up on that I missed, or just different things that we're excited about, all right? So in this video, I'm going to be talking about the defensive side of the ball. I got notes here. I just finished reading the article, and I'm going to talk about the 4 things that I'm most excited about on the defensive side of the ball. I'll have separate videos about special teams and offense, because there's stuff I'm excited about and stuff I'm worried about in all phases, and we'll have videos covering all those. But right now, let's talk about the defense. All right, heads up though, quick warning, I'm pretty optimistic, and I try to be positive about these. I know some of you guys are a little bit more negative than me. I'm not one of the people that plays Madden every day and claims I hate it. I've never hated Madden. Now, I don't think it's the perfect video game. I've never played a perfect video game. But, just know that I'm not that in life in general, but especially with this stuff, I try not to be that negative. So if you're one of those negative people that like tweet and rage about how trash Madden is every day, but you still play it, you're probably not gonna like this, because I'm gonna do my best to be optimistic and get excited about these features and changes, and hopefully they play out like they're described here. There's been years where they promised it and it didn't really play out how we would have liked it, but I do feel like they're doing their best to make some progress, and hopefully this works, right? But at the same time, when EA be fluffing up, I keep it real. I keep it 100, but I'm not just going to be negative. We're going to try and be positive around here. So, first off, and I got my notes. Again, we're talking about only defense here. First off, we're going to address the man coverage, which I'm pretty excited about. How they have it described here is, and I will have this article in the description, hopefully. Sometimes I forget, but it's on the easports.com blog. All right. Now, they're addressing man coverage in a pretty cool way. It's going to be a 2-part system. So like too many battles in the man coverage defense versus offense arena. Now there's going to be there's the chuck and the cut, right? So the first battle is going to take place at the line of scrimmage. Now, obviously, this is only if there's a press situation, but it's going to be dependent on the offensive players' release rating, their beat press rating, and the defender's press rating. And the example they use in this article is, let's say you are running a slant, and there's the press at the line of scrimmage. And maybe the offensive player wins and he gets the inside positioning on his slant, gets a clean release. He's won that part of the battle, but there's still another part, all right? He's not automatically going to get separation just off of that. Now, I don't believe they addressed this, but I would hope that would increase his chances of winning the next battle, which is the cut, all right? And that's going to be dependent on your receiver's route running and the defender's man coverage. So, what we could have here is a defender who loses the chuck. They lose the battle at the line of scrimmage, but they recover and win the cut and still are in position to play that pass, maybe get an interception, deflection, whatever. And what it seems like they're trying to do as a whole this year is really put more emphasis on the player ratings, which I think is awesome. Player ratings, and we should really notice a difference in types of players. You could have 2 great running backs, but one's a speed running back and one's a power running back, and you should really, really notice the difference. And at times, I don't feel like we've noticed that difference in years past. I'm not going to say there hasn't been any difference, but it seems like we should feel that effect more than ever in this year, which is cool. So what this means is we won't have the 2-man under lockdown defense like we had this year. There's people running quarters. and they at least lock me up. They be in 2-man under. Sometimes it's hard to run on the quarter defense, which we're going to address later in the video, which is awesome. It was hard to run on it because them safeties would come up, make plays, or they were just really nice with their users. And then that 2-man under was so hard to beat sometimes. You had to do something like had to motion your receivers to get a clean release and get a nice break. But what this is going to do is there's going to be a battle every single play. So it's not even like, not as much this year, but especially in Madden 15. But let's say I want to run an out route, smart routed out route, and I knew it was money every single time, even against people like Richard Sherman. There's going to be a battle that takes place. So I might get a out route on 1st and 10, but then I come back on 2nd down and I lose that battle. So you're really going to have to make post snap reads, and you can't just have that scheme where I do this and it works every single time. At least how it's being kicked. Give us some time to lab when that game comes out. We'll probably find ways to break the game. But this is the route they're trying to take it, which I think is a cool step. And so we won't just have that 2-man under where like it seems like the defenders are just sticking to your players on offense, because any route that has a cut in it, you have a chance to win that battle. So you have a receiver with some high route running, you're going to be able to beat the man defense a lot better. Now going over to the zone, I'm going to try and speed up. I'm taking a long time here. They have the hard flat zone that they're adding, which is huge because flat zones were butt cheeks this year, man. It's so frustrating when you have that they're running let's say 4 verts and they have that running back out the backfield, or a drag route coming from the other side and the flats are just butt naked. Not anymore. You put a hard flat on, they gonna stay there in that flat. And what that's gonna do is help you stop things like the flood concept, where they got a flat, a corner, and a streak. You put a hard flat, and then you have a curl to flat zone, or like a purple behind it. Flat's gonna play the flat. Curl flat's gonna play the corner route locked up. He's gonna stay with the corner route all the way to the sideline, which is awesome. I love when they give us more on defense to try and lock up, because for years it's been an offensive game, man, and it's been tough to do your thing on defense. But I do feel like over the years they've given us more that we can do on defense. I remember when I first started Madden 12, I knew every single play whether you were in man or zone. You can't do that this year. There's still pre-snap reads, but they've come a long way. So I feel like this stuff is just pushing it even more of the right direction. They also added some new concepts on defense, some stuff I didn't even know. I played football growing up, like up until high school. I played years of Madden. I watched football, so there's a lot of things I know. But they were talking some deep concepts, stuff that I don't even know. So if you're like a really hardcore sim guy, and they're able to execute some of the stuff that they want to do, you really should be happy about that. And I'll have another video going into more of the details on, like, they have like gap assignments and different techniques and formations and different coverages they've added. So I'm gonna just throw this out there. This isn't really the point of the video, but I kind of feel like, although they're trying to make it a little bit more accessible to like the casual player, I feel like they're adding like a lot of quick time events into the game, which that's one thing I'm not a fan of. They are also trying to make it reward the people that really know what they're doing up here and really know how to scheme in a true NFL sense. Right now, I don't feel that's the way, and it hasn't been that way ever since I've been playing Madden. There's people that comment on my videos and are like, man, Mav, you're using a 3-4 linebacker and a 4-3, or you're doing this and that, and I'm like, it don't matter. I'll still flood you. Stop playing, because you know the real football, and which is awesome. But this is a video game, and it plays like a video game. And the people that always came out and tried to play like it was NFL Sunday, they struggled. And trust me, I was one of those people. People think because I run blitzes and I use the stuff that works is that I'll do a whole separate video on this, sim versus freestyle. They think that I wouldn't like a Madden that was sim. I'd be pumped if the game was truly sim. You couldn't nano blitz, even though there's no true nanos. You couldn't nano blitz. You couldn't do all these different things. But the point is, you can, and people do it. And I got sick of going online and getting spanked every time because I didn't know how to do it, and I couldn't. And I was like, I just got to get proactive. I'm not gonna stop playing this game. I like it. I'm gonna learn this stuff so I can combat it and be competitive. So if it was sim, I wouldn't complain. I would learn how to be good that way, and I'd rock like that. So I like the direction that they're going. I hope they're able to really follow through on what they're trying to do. Next, they have like the spy crashing, which I feel like is cool. So this year, you know, you could click, I think it was R3 or the right stick in, and your spy, if you had a spy, it would crash in, right? You can do that again this year, except you can do it to anybody that's in a zone. So let's say the quarterback's rolling out and you got a flat zone over there, you could crash down that flat zone. And even if you don't have a spy up in that flat zone, or maybe it's someone that's in a purple, I don't know, they'll, whatever the closest defender is, they'll crash down on that, which is cool. And they also upped the defensive end's ability to block shed when the quarterback starts to roll out. So, you know, you got quarterbacks rolling out the pocket, you're gonna see an increased amount of times that the defender block sheds and goes after the quarterback. So, which is cool, because there's a lot of rollout cheese, you know, and that should limit that, which is cool. I like that. And then the last thing, which might be my favorite, and this just even shows that I'm not against the game going more sim. I don't think it will be. I really don't. I don't know if that'll ever happen. I think it's still going to be a game. It's not real people playing it, but you never know. Technology almost scares me this day. I mean, they got Teslas driving themselves on the freeway, so I don't know. Maybe Madden will legit be sim one day, but I feel like it's gonna be hard. There's always gonna be people that's in the lab figuring out how to send that A gap screaming, and so as long as there's people doing that, I'm gonna know how to do it too, and I'm gonna know how to stop it. But with this new update they're trying to do here, is the formation you're in on defense is actually gonna matter this year, which is awesome. You won't be able, according to them, you won't be able to come out in quarters and stop the run. You come out in quarter defense, you are going to be severely disadvantaged when it comes to stopping the run, but have a huge advantage in stopping the pass. Now that's how it should be, right? You don't see people doing that in the NFL. When they need to stop the run, they bring in more linebackers. They don't bring in, or more linebackers, more linemen. They don't bring in more cornerbacks. So that's cool, because you guys know me. I'll sit in 4-3 all game, and then you got the people that's like, oh, you need to run in more quarter or more nickel. Your opponent is running 5 wide. Yeah, but I locked him up with him running 5 wide, and I was in my 4-3, because that's what I can do in this year's game. And probably any of the year's games, but they've really put attention on it this year, and you should not be able to do that moving forward, which is cool. You really gonna have to scheme, really work your personnel. If they're running on you, you need to, you know, come on your 4-3s, come on your 5-2s, come on your 3-4. They passing, you might have to bring in some more defensive backs. You got to go nickel, dime, quarter. I'm excited about that. So those were the 4 upgrades that they're talking about to the defensive side of the ball. Let me know what you guys think about it. Are you excited? Are you hopeful? Or are you old negative Nancy over there like, it ain't gonna work? It ain't gonna work. Oh, Jigaboo's like, you gonna find a way to still send your little A gaps. Man, stop hating, bro. Stop hating. I honestly think this year's game is we're gonna get it and really, really feel like, okay, I'm playing something a little different. I feel like it was a decent jump this year. They added some things. There's new animations. Of course, the aggressive catch was but it was different. The catch type stuff like that. I feel like it was a decent game, but I feel like we're gonna see I feel like it was a different game, but I feel like this year is gonna be a bigger jump. I honestly do. I feel like it's gonna be a bigger jump, and we're gonna be like, man, I don't know if it's gonna be for the best or for the better or for the worse, but I feel like we're gonna get a different feeling game this year based off of the changes they're talking about, and I'm excited for at least that. I'm excited. But again, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Again, I hope I remembered to link this in the description. This article, it has some other stuff here that I'm not going to address. I want to save that for my offensive video. So If you're not into reading and all that stuff, you can just wait for me to drop that video too, and make sure you smack the like button on it. But I'm out. I'm done rambling, man. I appreciate you guys rocking with your boy. Just make sure you get in the comment section with me and share your thoughts. Until next time, God first. God bless.